Yes, this is real. This is no joke. My Infiniti Q50 has actually been overheating. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's been overheating. But in this episode or this video, I'm taking it to the shop. And hopefully, I'm praying for the best. And it's nothing serious. First things first, we're going to start it to make sure it's all right. Works perfectly. All right, doing a little rev test to see if my blowout valves work. They're working. So basically what's going on? What you saw in the picture is actually true. My Infiniti was overheating, okay? My Infiniti Q50 was overheating. There's a few things that may be wrong with it. First of all, I was sitting in the parking lot. Parking lot at Olive Garden waiting for my table, with me and my wife waiting for my table, because we reserved the table, and I noticed the AC starting to get hot, and I was like, this is strange. So the AC got hot, and I drove around and it cooled down. I'm like, hey, it's acting like my Mazda, but I didn't look down at the temperature gauge. Next time I looked down at the temperature gauge, and I'm like, oh shoot, it's getting hot. Turned it off. The coolant tank, there was coolant coming out of the overflow out of the in the coolant tank, but it wasn't like the liquid wasn't overflowing. It's just the vapors were just coming out and becoming into liquid form because it was so much pressure. And then I decided to drive it around, and it cooled off, and it was driving just totally fine. It's when it sits is when it does the problem. So I went on Reddit, posted it, and I talked to a couple people, came out to a couple conclusions. My cooling fans may be bad. Now, cooling fans are brand new. I don't know why they would be bad. I forgot where I bought them, eBay or some other place. I don't know if they're Chinese or I don't know. Maybe the cooling fans are not blowing hard enough. Second, there could be an air bubble on the system that's causing all that, and it drives better when it's cooled off. I don't know 100%, but it may be the case of why it's overheating while sitting. Third, thermostat is bad, which is most likely the culprit, and that's what I bought. So hopefully I could get, that's the issue. Fourth, head gasket issues. Yes, hopefully this Infiniti doesn't have head gasket issues, because who knows how long this car was left running when it crashed and ran out of coolant, and maybe it's just enough to start doing head gasket damage, which I hope is not the issue at all. So I ordered a head gasket. Yes, they look like this. I'll show you later up front what they look like. This is the head gasket. It's $400 minimum for Infiniti Q50, the 3.0 turbo. Yes, believe it or not, this is the head gasket for it. And I mean, not head gasket, the thermostat. What am I talking about? Thermostat. And this is the thermostat housing gasket as well. So that's the thermostat for you, not the head gasket. And I'm going to replace that, but I'm going to take it to a shop to see what the actual diagnostic is, just to be on the safe side. And they're going to change it because there's 4 bolts on the back that's going to be extremely hard to get to from underneath these special tools. And I also bought radiator caps just in case, because I heard radiator caps may cause the issue of overheating as well, bad ones anyway. So here is the brand new module, and I'll explain why I had to order a brand new module. Well, module for the fan anyway. What I'd like to say is there was a couple possibilities that would have happened. Like I mentioned before, it could have been my thermostat, it could have been my cooling fans, it could have been my cooling fan module, it could have been a bad pulley in the water pump, could have been the water pump, and it could have been a head gasket. And guess what? We ruled out the possibility of head gasket and a lot of different things, including the thermostat, and turns out it is the cooling fan module. So what is going on? The mechanics found out that after 30 minutes, the fans stop working properly. The driver fan slows down, and the passenger fan slows down, and the driver fan actually turns on and off repeatedly, not operating correctly. I bought this module, current one that you saw just now, from Z1. But the one before that, it was a Gates fan module, supposedly for performance, and I bought it from eBay. So I'm not sure, maybe it's a knockoff Gates. I'm not 100% sure. I bought it from the Gates company. I thought Gates was a legit company. They make all kinds of stuff. But apparently it's a bad module. So hopefully it's a bad module, not a bad fan. If it's a bad fan, I am going to be returning the thermostat, obviously, and I'm going to buy a Z1 fan, because that one is about $700 something, and I don't feel like paying $700 something for a cooling fan for a piece of plastic. I can't believe fans for cars are that expensive. So just picked it up from the shop. This is the shop that I took it to, SVR. If you guys need some car work done for you, check them out. They do a pretty good job. I highly recommend. I'm driving her now. As you can tell, she's not overheating, but I mean, I've never had an overheating issue while driving. They said they tested her for a couple hours and they could not at all, I mean, at all, get her to overheat. So it was definitely the engine control module, which was this one over here, but that's the Gates engine control module. It's probably a knockoff Gates engine control module from eBay. And yes, eBay sometimes do that. They'll sell knockoff parts if just to sell them, you know. So that's probably what happened. Either someone dropped that that fan control module, or they just made it look like it was the real deal when it actually wasn't. So bought one from Z1. They put it on and it's not overheating. So I'll still keep an eye on her. But as far as I know, this car is fixed, and I should be all good to go. And my radar detector is annoying. It's saying inspector for no reason, and I hate that. I'm hoping this is not a junk radar detector because it's a Cobra. But anyway, besides the point, she's not overheating no more, and the issue is fixed. Not canceled.
Guys, I'm Eddie B. 2004
Turn right.
This particular package.
Driving a Temp in the 6 Series.